Let's talk about quitting job. I used to work at this company called Deloitte, which is one of the most prestigious companies. And I quit my job 2 years ago. And since last 2 years, I've been a full-time content creator. I have 100k plus followers on Instagram. I have like 290k plus subscribers on YouTube, not on this channel, on another channel. And I've been doing it full time. And like everyone else, before quitting my job, I had 100 different things running in my mind. So I thought I'll tell you guys about advantages, disadvantages, and what you should consider before quitting the job. Okay? Watch this video till the end, because at the end, that's the most valuable part. I'm not giving away any coupon codes or Amazon gift vouchers at the end. This channel is not that big yet. Anyway, starting, what you'll get after quitting your job, the nice parts, the nice things. One is freedom. You can do whatever the hell you want and nobody is gonna ask you. Like nothing. You can wake up at whatever time you want. You don't have early morning client calls, you don't have late night client calls, you don't have um, afternoon lunchtime meetings, or you can do what I don't even remember what day it is. Like my Sundays and my Tuesdays have no difference, they're the same. You know these crowded restaurants that are like extremely crowded on the weekends because the food is so good, or it's full hype. I go to those restaurants on weekdays because I have time on weekdays to go there. So that's the best part of like not having a 9 to 5. Next, moving on, there will be no toxicity, the office toxicity, because in office you are stuck no matter how much you like a job or don't like your job. If there is a toxic person, the job becomes toxic. In the sense, your teammate might be very bothering, bullying, whatever, and you're stuck in that environment because of your job. Otherwise, you wouldn't even see that person's face ever in your life. Cut him or her off from your life completely. But you're stuck with that person because of the job. But when you don't have a job, when you're doing your own thing, you get to choose the people around you. You can cut off anyone anytime you want. You can make friends with anyone anytime you want, and you have a lot of time to make friends. You can go attend a lot of events, etc. Coming to the freedom part, you can go to gym like anytime you want. You don't have to go to the gym during the crowded hours like 6 a.m. to 10 p.m., 5 to 8. Those are the crowded time, like peak time for gym, and I go in the afternoon. So that's one thing. Sorry for that. And yeah, freedom part is really true, because I went on a 2 month long backpacking trip. 2 month long backpacking trip solo across North India. I went to crazy places like Ladakh. I went to China, like Tibet border. I got in army truck. So many I can't even believe, like it's a dream come true. When only few people can do that, and not having a 9 to 5 gave me that freedom because I didn't have to answer to my boss. Next thing is earning potential. When you don't have your 9 to 5, you have fixed increments, fixed promotions, fixed everything. There's only so much you can grow. But when you don't have 9 to 5 and you're doing something of your own, you have exponential growth potential. Today you might be broke. 1 year down the line, you might be doing really well. 2, 3 years down the line, you might be doing extremely well. You might be earning 10 times more than your boss. Who knows? I've seen people do that. I've met creators who quit job, and while quitting, their managers criticize them a lot. Now they're earning like 5, 6 times the salary of their manager. So that's the potential. And by quitting your job, you can also look at different options. Let's say you are a software engineer, right? When you quit your job, you have full freedom to go and explore marketing if you want. So that you won't get in a job. You can do that once you quit a job. You can get a job, another job in marketing or freelance in marketing, whatever. And also, it's okay to quit job and take a break for some time and find another job. It's totally fine. We'll come to that point. Why and what's the right time to do that? What are the right conditions that you should have to do that? Now coming to the disadvantage part. See, man, 2 years I've been doing this job. I mean, I've been jobless and doing my own thing. Instability is the biggest disadvantage. You don't have stability. There, you might fall sick for 1 week, 10 days, but you know you can take that sick leaves, but still your salary will come. No matter what happens entire month, at the end of the month you will get your salary. No matter what, you will get your salary. That is written. You know how much peace of mind that gives, that money is going to come into your bank account no matter what. It might not seem that big of a deal right now, but once you quit your job, you will realize how peaceful that is. The amount of stability the salary gives you. And when you are not doing anything that is a stable job, like you are doing your own startup or a YouTube channel, then there's a lot of instability. There are ups and downs all the time. And I have gone through them, and I'm gonna make videos on them in the coming days. So subscribe for that. Nice hook. Nice plug to subscribe. Anyway. Next. Let's go. Next disadvantage is your mental health will be fucked. Because here all the success, all the failure is directly dependent on you when you quit your job. Before that, your managers are there, your team members are there, someone else might fuck up, you might do just good enough job and get away with it. But here, every single thing is dependent on you. And whenever something starts going down a little, right, you might not get a client, or your views go down, then your mental health gets fucked. You start doubting yourself so much. Like, did I make a mistake quitting this job? What did I do? What is this? So mental health is going to get worse if you quit your job. That is so for sure, because every single person who has built something of their own has been through it. A self-doubt cycle, a cycle of not knowing what they are doing. So yeah, that is there. So mental health is going to get fucked. Next one is, it's subjective, like it might happen or might not happen to a lot of people. Loneliness. Because if you're about 23, 24, you don't have a lot of avenues to make new friends. Your colleagues kind of become your friends. Like, you hang out with them, you have lunch with them. But once you quit your job, you're having lunch by yourself, you are cooking by yourself, you're cleaning by yourself, you're being by yourself. Upon that, you're trying to build something. So loneliness kicks in. That's one of the biggest problems that I faced, at least in the past. So yeah, that's one. Think about it, whether you're going to go through it or not, whether you have friends that you're going to hang out with, or you share a common interest with before quitting the job, just to assess if you're going to be lonely. So should you quit your job or should you not quit your job? Interesting question. Here, answer this one thing. You're gonna get a lot of time in your hand after quitting your job. What are you going to do with that time? Are you 100% clear? What are you going to do in that time? If you can answer this question, it's a good thing, because it pushes you closer to quit your job. And next question is, the thing that you said you would do, does it actually take that much time every day? Can't you do it alongside your job? Because building something on the side while doing your job, and once this thing starts making money, then you quit your job to focus on this, then that's the best thing you can do. That's what I did. I hit like 85k, 88k followers on my Instagram before quitting my job, because I knew some sort of money I can make through brand deals and I can sustain myself. And since 2 years, I've been sustaining myself somehow. And another question you have to answer is, are you planning to quit job for yourself, or are you trying to quit your job to look cool? Because quitting job has become cool these days. I quit my job, I quit my job, I quit my job. Huh. So there are so many people happy in their job. It works for some people, for some people it might not work. You might not want to work 24/7 after quitting your job on your own business, because it's very draining, very, very, very draining. It's very hard. It's much harder than a 9 to 5 job, building something of your own. But you might just want a good paycheck and a nice weekend with family and stable income, good food. That's totally fine. Are you doing it for yourself, or are you doing it just to look cool? That's one thing you have to consider. Next one, mom, dad, what they'll think. Like, your depends on your age range. That's the one thing you have to think about. I think this decision should be yours completely. That's what I did. So consider that as well. Do you have a backup plan if something doesn't work out? Let's say you want to start your consulting business, you quit your job and you run out of your savings, but still you don't have a single client. Do you have a backup plan? Do you know what industry you want to go into next and get a job? Because see, going back to job is completely fine after quitting. It's not like you quit job once in your life and you don't want to work ever in a 9 to 5. You quit your job, you did something for a couple of years, you go back to job, like work for another 2-3 years and quit your job and try to do something. It's totally fine. So do you have a backup plan? It's good to have a backup plan. And also the savings. How many months can you go without earning a single rupee, dollar, whatever? Ideally 6 to 8 months of savings is really good. Then you have a little bit of runway, but you have to control your spendings. You cannot live a lavish life once you don't have any income coming in and you quit your job. You cannot. It's a very tight spot financially. That's one thing you have to consider. So with all my experience of quitting job, working on myself, working by myself, working on my own thing, these are the lessons I have learned. Ask these questions for yourself. And age range is one thing, okay? If you are between the age of 18 to 23, 24, and I quit my job at 24 and now I'm 26, it's been 2 years. And if you are between 18 to 24, then it's not that big of a deal for you to quit a job, because you can again get a job. But if you are 25 to 30, you are getting into that zone of, like, finding a partner, getting responsibility. It's not like you have to do it. It's what many people do. It's a general trend. That's why I'm saying, you can be an exception, completely fine. 26 is not that old. It's very, very young. So consider all those factors financially. Are you ready to work 4 times harder than you have ever worked? And mental health. That's the biggest thing. Cool. I've combined all my knowledge here, and this is just a general video, okay? I'm gonna make deeper videos on every single thing that I've talked about in this video, so subscribe to watch that, and I will see you guys next time. Take care.